Thanks for the introduction. Everyone, again, it's Emir Brkic. A little bit about me, I didn't know that there was an intro, so I had this slide in, so I'm going to just take it again. Started working with Microsoft Front Page, absolutely loved it. Sadly, it's not around anymore today. Now I just work with WordPress mainly. I have worked a lot with Drupal as well as Joomla, but WordPress is the leader in the industry, so nothing really comes close to it. And I want to talk to you about a specific project that we just recently completed in our agency where we worked with a client called Zambrero. They do Mexican food. Who's heard of Zambrero? Who likes Zambrero? It's pretty good. It's pretty good food. So basically, they had a marketing collateral system where franchisees could go onto the website and create their own print-ready PDF files and take it to a printing company and just get them to print it off, and they could, have it in their stores. The issue was the system was very, very locked down. They weren't able to create their own designs after the site was, launched, and they had to pay, tens of thousands of dollars for one design to be put in. And they said to us, here's our existing system, make it better, and make it more user-friendly. That's all they said to me. So these are some of the things that are must-haves. It's a marketing portal where franchisees can create their own marketing collateral. An order history section where franchisees can view previously created collateral and download them wherever they need to. Unique offer details, so the price, date, days and time, and the location is all unique to each store and each offer. The ability to create new marketing material and build templates without the need of a developer, but they must have basic HTML and CSS knowledge, and the ability to generate every PDF size from A1 to A3, A4, A6 at the exact same time, including a JPEG for their screens in store. Okay, so it seems pretty straightforward when you look at what needs to be done. So the solution and the problem. When we were sitting in the meeting with Zambrero, my business partner said to me, looked at me and just goes, can it be done? Because he looks at me to be the tech lead on everything. And I told him, yep, easy done. It's, takes a few days worth of work, we'll have it ready. That was a long weekend, and I promised him that on Tuesday we'd have another meeting with the client. So it was only 4 days that I gave myself to build this platform, and I bet my whole month's salary on it. So leaving that meeting, the first thought that went through my head was, shit, I'm going to be poor. That's the first thing that went through my head. Went to sleep, woke up very early on Saturday morning, went to the office, sat down, and I started researching. And after about an hour and a half on YouTube and on Facebook, just looking at random things, I had to actually get down and think about how this solution is going to work. I started experimenting with WooCommerce and product designers that had drag and drop functionality and see how we could edit those to suit the client. None of them had PDF download abilities. So I was back to the drawing board 12 hours into my research. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I found this. Who's heard of Gravity Forms? Who doesn't use Gravity Forms? Please do. It is the best contact form plugin on the planet, and I'm not trying to sell you the product. I don't work for Gravity Forms anymore. Who here has heard of GravityPDF? Okay. Gravity Forms and GravityPDF is what made this entire thing work. So 2 plugins, it was all that was needed. Gravity Forms obviously being a premium plugin, that is, not that expensive, but it is on the more expensive side when it comes to plugins. And GravityPDF, which was built by that guy right there, Jake. Can we get an applause for him, please? He's the reason why WordPress is as great as it is and why it's a world leader in CMSs. He does not charge a cent to download that plugin. So you're able to essentially build a form and with the click of a button, export it to a PDF and have it in a PDF with everything that was entered into it. That sort of was what we needed to do for Zambrero. So I thought, okay, how can I make this work with marketing? So I started mucking around with getting background images of everything that had to be there. And then GravityPDF essentially helped us go towards the end. After 4 days, it was all ready to go and built. But I'll show you how it works. So the solution to the problem, a marketing portal where franchisees can create their own collateral and unique offer details. So this is what you would see if you were to buy into Zambrero and you become a franchisee. This is what you would see when you log into your portal. You'd pick any offer that you want. As an example, we're going to do the happy hour cider bundle. You click create design, and what pops up is the gravity form on the left and just a little bit of a preview of what the actual the collateral is. So you'd enter in whether you're in a single or multi-location. So one of the requirements was if the franchisee owned more than one store and wanted to do the offer between both stores, they had to be able to input more than one store. Now, when they enter in a multiple location, the whole design changes. So it starts getting a bit deeper with what gravitypdf's been able to do. But just as an example, we entered in Belconnen. Is that how you say it? Belconnen? Belconnen. Okay, thank you. I always called it Belconnen. So for the price of $22, it's not very happy hour-ish, but just in case anyone tried to take a screenshot and take it to Belconnen, yeah, they weren't able to take the offer up. It runs on Mondays from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. So you probably can't claim it anyway. When you click Create Design, this page pops up next. You've got 9 print-ready PDF files that are output in CMYK with PDF. Is it PDFX? Yeah, PDFX standard, which is what you need for print. Now, the great thing about gravitypdf and what we were able to do with it, essentially none of these PDFs are yet generated or stored on your server. So each one of these is about 25 to 30 megabytes each. That's not taking up any space on your server, besides a few kilobytes of space on a database. What essentially happens when you click download A1 PDF, it then generates the PDF and downloads it to your browser. So you don't ever actually take up any space on any hosting environment, so it's very lightweight. And this is what happens when you download your PDF. So happy hour, 22 hours. It's between 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then we've got, Belconnen down the bottom with the address as well. Now, the second part, this is what the code looks like. And I'm sorry, Jake, if the code is not as how it's meant to be or I've butchered your work. But essentially what happens on line 56 is, line 1, :24. So if anyone that's worked with Gravity Forms, there's these things called merge tags. And essentially that's that there. That's your merge tag. So it's the data that gets input into the form will then come across onto the PDF dynamically. Now, one of the things that we were stuck on for quite a while, not only did they need a PDF to be generated, they also needed a JPEG image to be generated at the exact same time for the screen that's in store. Now, the only way around this was to use a little tool called Imagic. It downloads the PDF to the server and then creates a canvas view of the PDF in a JPEG format. And then you just right-click and download. That was the only way around it because, it just wasn't possible. That's essentially what the script looks like. That's not the actual script for safety and security reasons. But you can see the form ID and the entry ID. They're merge tags, again, being pulled in from Gravity Forms. So we're going to merge ID and entry ID. Form ID and entry ID, they're unique to every single form. So the server knows that when it's converting it using this script, it will find it in there. The form ID is unique, and the entry ID is unique, so the file name will always be unique, regardless if the user enters the same details in twice. Now we had to create an order history for the franchisees to be able to go in after they've created all their collateral, to maybe in 2 weeks' time want to download it all over again. The issue is, with Gravity Forms, each form is treated as a separate entry in a database, so you're not actually able to collate everyone's entries in one list. So you can do per form, but not as a whole group. So what we've done to go around that, we've used the post option within Gravity Forms, which will create a page dynamically based on what the user inputs. So whether it's, whether it's their offer details or what days or what it is, it will automatically create a page that gets added to them. They're the author of the page, and all this order history thing is, it's just what post the user has made. So it's nothing too fancy. But the problem that we faced was, for example, with the promo name, Happy Hour Cider Bundle, we couldn't make that as a form title, because if you kept saving them, you're going to get, -1, -2, -3. And there was no way to actually create any sort of dynamic way or automated way where, when they get sent to that page, that it's going to, that it's essentially going to be unique every single time. So what we've had to do was the post excerpt, cool. That is what you see there as a promo name. So it's actually just pulling in the post excerpt from WordPress, but not the actual form. The form title, sorry. No. What happens when you create a title that has to be unique? Obviously, form ID and entry ID is always going to be unique with Gravity Forms. So what we've done is we've just added that merge tag form ID and entry ID into the URL. So when it creates a page, it will say, for example, form ID 86 entry 101. It will have that as the URL. And that's going to be unique regardless how many times you re-enter or enter in a new one. There's always going to be a new URL. So that when Gravity Forms goes to the page that shows off all those 11 designs, that the URL that it can go to will be unique. And then what we do to create this page, we use the post body section of Gravity Forms. And all we do is we add that bit of code in there per form. This is actually provided for by gravitypdf, so they've just got a short code that you can copy and paste anywhere into that confirmation or that submission, and that generates that page with the links to the specific PDFs. We had to create the ability for new marketing material to be built without the need of a developer. Almost impossible, but one of the latest updates with gravitypdf allowed us to have a lot more, template management, if you want to call it that. You're able to now upload backgrounds directly from the back end rather than going into code. So what we've done to combat a user having to ever touch FTP, creating form fields that end up going as merge tags in the actual file. I think I got an example. No. Okay. So how it would work? Sorry, not yet. So how it would work is you have the 3 or the 4 lines. I'll just go back and explain it. So you have the happy hour, which is line 1. That's actually a merge tag that's pulling that data from a form field into the PDF. The price is also being pulled in from the merge tag in your entry to the PDF. So all the user sees is just this, not pretty, but it's useful. They see this, they can enter the product or the offer details in every single time, and the positioning of those elements as well. So you can set the position from the top, from the left, the width of the box, and the height of the box. And additionally, we've created CSS styling in the back end as well, so they're able to go in and adjust their own CSS, without the need to ever go into FTP. And that's pretty much it. 4 days. Well, I built one template, but there's about 40 templates overall. But yeah, built it in 4 days, and I had a very angry fiance. So. Oh yeah, that took a lot longer.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Do we have any questions?
So thanks for that. I'd had to do something similar, but not in WordPress many years ago with PDFs being generated for certificates and stuff. But my question was, did the graphic designer supply those actual the artwork there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The design team provided us all the PDFs, and they provided us Illustrator files and Photoshop files. But all we really used from them was the background. So all the static images were just flattened, and all the text on top is what's dynamically being pulled in.
Yeah, because I don't know if the client would want this or if you'd be interested. Like, what if they said we want to have the ability to shuffle things around a bit? Would you just have said no, or would you have thought, well, wait a minute, maybe I could make some sort of interface for extra charge, of course, to make this a little bit more interactive, so they could mix up the designs or move or change the colours of branding?
They can do all of that from the back end. So
okay.
each design essentially is unique. So they've got over 40 different designs. If they want to change the height of a box, if they want to change the font color, anything like that, they can all do that through CSS.
How much control? Yeah, sure. Does the franchisee have the ability to put their own images in, or are you basically providing from the design or control end your images and the design of the site? I work with a company that has franchisees, and yesterday one of the clients thought it was a really great idea to have a T-shirt of one of his girls who was great looking with the logo across the chest, and he thought that was really great, and he really wanted to put that up on a poster. I mean, in this situation, would that be possible for the client or the franchisee to just control what they put up there, or does it have to be from a set group of images that are supplied by the management, or what?
No, so they've designed the marketing material to be as is, but in a solution like that, what you would do is you'd build out the background image without the logo, and you'd have an attach image option in the Gravity form, and when you submit, it would then place it on top of that lady.
Yeah, so basically you couldn't do very, very developed designs, because, I mean, in my case, we've got something like 16 franchises, there are 4 different kinds of shop, and each guy wants something very slightly different, so, but your solution is really quite a basic one, really, isn't it?
It's what they wanted, but yeah, basically yes. Yeah. It's very, very basic in what, enter your price, your location, here's a PDF.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
You were showing there, Emir, you did have a lot of control, but you built that control around what they said that they wanted.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anybody else? Oh. Brilliant work, by the way.
Thanks,
I'm looking to build a billboard generator for a printing company. Is this something that I could use gravitypdf for? That large?
Absolutely. So the great thing with gravitypdf, you don't have not only the option to put in, for example, pixel width of a form, so you can also do millimeters.
Oh, nice.
So is that right? Yes. Okay. Good.
And that background image is literally just an image that you can create from anywhere, right? So
exactly.
I could create a HTML5 image generator that could let them drag and drop things onto a canvas, save that out, and then pop that into this PDF generator, put it into the line feed for the printing company. Yeah,
you could definitely do that.
Very
But
nice.
if you want to do something along those lines, rather than using gravitypdf, there's an easier tool called WooCommerce Fancy Product Designer, where you can set your own frame of what you want to sort of do.
Yep.
They can slap on their own images, their own text, do whatever they want, and then it can go straight to the printing company after that. Or if you're the printing company, you can print it for them.
Yep. That was called the WooCommerce Fancy?
WooCommerce Fancy Product Designer.
Great, thank you for that.
Yeah.
In terms of the PDF to JPEG conversion, did you look at any of the cloud services for that, like the Google one? Because there are some cloud services where you can just feed them a PDF and they'll give you back a JPEG, or actually vice versa.
It had to be as automated as possible. That's the only thing that we told the client, here's a great tool, use this. They go, no, that's not good enough. They're franchisees. Most of them don't know computers as well as others. So if it's right there, it's generated as a JPEG. That's exactly what they want.
Yeah, I mean, these are on the fly. They're like APIs. You feed them the PDF and they give you back the JPEG.
No, I can't say that I have thought about that.
Cool. I was just wondering.
No, cool. Thanks for that.